Hey everyone, it's Bree. I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the SpiegelMom Scraps design team, and we are collaborating with Confessions of a Paper Addict on Etsy, and she specializes, in cut files. So I am going to be working with Vintage Dowry. That is a special sequin mix for this collaboration, and Virginia, who is the owner of Confessions of a Paper Addict, has 16, is it 16 or 12? I can't remember how many, but it's either 12 or 16 new cut files that are love and marriage themed. And I chose this one right here. It's just this love word with florals inside of it, and it's called Floral Love. That's the one I chose. She let us choose which ones we wanted to play with, and I picked this one. And of course, I'm turning the entire cut file into a sequins shaker. As soon as I got a look at the Vintage Dowry sequins, I knew immediately that I needed to make a shaker with it. And you know me, I love making shakers. So I honestly used the entire sequin mix, and I'm probably going to need to refill my stash because I love this mix so much. So what I did off camera was I went ahead and I took a transparency and I glued it to my cut file. And here I'm adding an extra piece because my acetate wasn't large enough. So I added an extra piece to the E. So off camera, I also went through and trimmed down my foam tape because I needed, since the cut file was very skinny, I needed really skinny foam tape. And so I didn't want to do all of it on camera because it did take me some time. I had to cut them very thin. So yeah, I did it off camera so you didn't have to watch me do that. But before I'm adding my sequins, I went ahead and prepped the inside of my shaker. I added my powder tool, my EK Success powder tool, all over it to help minimize the static. And I'm just going to spoon in all of these sequins here. Now in the sequin mix, they have these really large discs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So I added a few, or added one in each letter, and then I added 2 and O. Now, like I do on my normal shakers, after I apply the foam tape and put the sequins in, I always add a layer of glue on top of the foam to make sure that my sequin shaker is completely sealed and none escape. Now, I did have some spots here and there that I had to go back and touch up, only because it is such a large cut file and I was applying the glue and on one side, and by the time I got to the other side, the glue had dried. So I just had to go in and glue that up. So here it is. I love how it turned out. It is so pretty. And I had backed the entire cut file, or I had sealed my sequins with a piece of tracing paper. And I love backing or like sealing, instead of using cardstock on shakers, I like to do the tracing paper or vellum because it gives it a soft look, but it still creates like a frosted window, I guess you could say. I just love the soft touch that it adds. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere the entire shaker down. The 2 pattern papers. So the pattern paper for my background is from Maggie Holmes' New Heritage collection, and the purple pattern paper that I used to cut out my cut file with is also from the same collection. I got both of the pieces in my, which month is it? I got both of the pieces in my August Hip Kit Club kit. All right, so even though these cut files are love and marriage themed, I'm not going to be, I didn't document, a marriage photo or like a love photo. Of course, I'm just documenting a photo of my doggie because I love her and it works. So that is Luna. If you're new to my channel, she is our second dog, and she's a corgi, and she is amazing. And I had snapped this photo of her right in front of the door that leads into our house from the garage, and she had just like come in from like running around and wreaking havoc. So she just looked super happy. So I thought it would be perfect. So I just turned it to black and white. That way it could stand up off the page. And so for my title, I'm using obviously my shaker as a portion of my title, and then I'm adding some of the Pink Fresh Studio Puffy Alphas, as well as a piece of ephemera from the same line, and then these puffy tiny, or not tiny, but smaller alphas. So it is Love Your Beautiful Smile, because she looks so cute and she's just got the best smile in this photo. So yeah, so basically the collection I'm using, other than the paper, is I think it's A Little Lovely or Just a Little Lovely from Pink Fresh Studio. And I just love the color scheme, and it matches the Heritage collection, in my opinion, really nicely. So I added this floral ephemera piece, and I'm just going to layer it up with this pink one here too, just to kind of ground my photo a little bit, just so my photo isn't floating too much, you know, on right there. So yeah, I love how it turned out. And I'm just digging through my ephemera pack, and I got this pack in my July Hip Kit Club Kit. So we got, what am I trying to say? We got a little bit last month, and then a little more of the collection this month. So yeah, get ready this week for a lot of inspiration. I can't wait to see what the other girls create with the cut files they chose, as well as what they create with the sequin mixes, or sequin mix. Let's see. So yeah, both design team members are participating. So there's going to be lots of stuff this week, so be on the lookout. All right, so I've added like a wooden button sticker, and then I keep fussing around with some of these puffy floral stickers here. I wanted to, and I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs, they're so crazy sometimes. But yeah, so I'm fussing with these floral puffy stickers. I wanted some of them around the letters, like how it already is on the cut file, but I wanted some stickers like as well, just to layer up on top of it. So I love how it's looking. I just want the right placement and the right flowers. So yeah, you can see me kind of picking and choosing and moving them, and, you know, trying to figure out what looks good. All right. I'm adding some of these butterflies from the Vicky Boutin, what's that collection? It is, well, I thought it was on there. Art for Everyone? Is that the name of the collection? It might be. But anyways, we got a package of these layered butterflies, and they have like vellum on top of them. So that's like the first layer, and there's color beneath it. And I'm really, really sorry about my dogs, and I hope my mic isn't picking up how loud they are. But I'm almost done with this voiceover, and I really don't want to start over again. This was like my 5th time, because of course my kids had to come in. I need to put my sign back on my door, like, Mom is doing a voiceover, you know, just give her 10 minutes. All right, so I'm basically pretty much done. I added some white thread, and then I wanted to go ahead and add some clusters of sequins here and there, because I do plan on adding some white acrylic paint splatters and some gold Heidi Swap Color Shine, or Heidi Shine. Yeah, because whenever I do like a background with a darker pattern paper or like a darker cardstock, I always love to add white paint and the Heidi Shine. So here I go with my white acrylic marker with some white paint splatters, and then I'm gonna grab my Heidi Shine and add some gold as well. Now this collection also did have some like gold enamel dots that were really glittery, and I should have added some of those, but maybe I'll go back through and add them. But yeah, so that about does it. I had so much fun with this collaboration. Don't forget to use my code BRAN15 to save you 15% off in the SpiegelMom Scraps shop. A big thank you to Jody and to Virginia for hosting this collab. I had a lot of fun, and stay tuned for a lot more projects from both design teams throughout the week. Thanks again so much for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope you enjoyed this process, and I hope I've inspired you in some way. We'll see you again in the next one.